John F. Kennedy Airport, Addis Information Alpha, time 1858 Zulu, wind 180 at 11, visibility 21, temperature 27, dew point 18, altimeter 2994 remarks. No pattern work, no light aircraft accepted at this time. Landing runway 22 left and 22 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 22 right. Contact approach on 134.35 when arriving from the north and east and south and west. Advise on initial contact. You have information Alpha. John F. Kennedy Airport, Addis Information Alpha, time 1858 Zulu, wind 180 at 11, visibility 21, temperature 27, dew point 18, altimeter 2994 remarks. No pattern work, no light aircraft accepted at this time. Landing runways 22 left and 22 right, expect ILS approach. John F. Kennedy ground. JetBlue 737 X-ray. Ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Air India 13 Alpha Heavy. Taxi to runway 22 right. Hold short of 13 left 31 right.
John F. Kennedy ground. JetBlue 717. Request taxi to parking.
Taxiing to runway 22 right. Will hold short of 13 left 31 right.
JetBlue 737 X-ray. Pushback approved. Tail to the north.
Crossing runway 31 right. Pushback approved. Tail to the north. JetBlue 737 X-ray. Holding position. JetBlue 8802 Heavy.
JetBlue 717. Taxi to parking. At your discretion.
Taxi to parking. JetBlue 717.
Qatari 67. Cross runway 31 left.
Thank you. Air China 982 Heavy. Crossing runway 31 left. Qatari 67. John F. Kennedy ground. Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy. Ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy. Pushback approved. Tail to the north. Delta 411 Heavy. Pushback approved. Tail to the north.
Pushback approved. Tail to the north. Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy. John F. Kennedy ground. Speedbird 350 Heavy. Ready to taxi to runway 22 right with information Alpha.
John F. Kennedy ground. Air China 982 Heavy. Ready for pushback with information Alpha. Requesting runway 22 right. Pushback approved. Tail to the north. Delta 411 Heavy. Air China 982 Heavy. Request permission to cross runway 13 left.
Speedbird 350 Heavy. Taxi to runway 22 right. Hold short of 13 left 31 right. Air China 982 Heavy. Cross runway 31 right.
Taxiing to runway 22 right. Will hold short of 13 left 31 right. Speedbird 350 Heavy.
Crossing runway 31 right. Air China 982 Heavy.
Air China 982 Heavy. Pushback approved. Tail to the north.
John F. Kennedy ground. Yukon Cargo 427. Ready for pushback with information Alpha. Requesting runway 22 right. John F. Kennedy ground. Turkish 193 Heavy. Ready to taxi with information Alpha. Pushback approved. tail to the north, American 007 Heavy.
Turkish 193 Heavy, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right. Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy, hold position.
Taxi into runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, Turkish 193 Heavy.
Nippon Cargo 427, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Delta India Hotel Charlie Alpha, request permission to cross runway 31 right.
Delta India Hotel Charlie Alpha, cross runway 31 right.
Crossing runway 31 right. Delta India Hotel Charlie Alpha.
John F. Kennedy ground, Mistral 536 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
KLM 5 Mike Golf Heavy, taxi to Terminal 4 Gate B34 via Bravo.
Taxiing to Terminal 4 Gate B34 via Bravo, KLM 5 Mike Golf Heavy. John F. Kennedy ground, Papa Sierra Alpha Lima Golf, ready for pushback with information Alpha. John F. Kennedy ground, Alaska 110, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Alaska 110, runway 22 right, taxi via Charlie 7, Charlie, Echo, contact tower when ready. Papa Sierra Alpha Lima Golf, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Taxiing to runway 22 right via Charlie 7, Charlie, Echo, Alaska 110.
American 555 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 13 left. Air China 982 Heavy, cross runway 31 right.
Crossing runway 31 right, Air China 982 Heavy.
Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy. John F. Kennedy ground, American 699, ready for pushback with information Alpha, requesting runway 22 right. Pushback approved, tail to the north, Mistral 536 Heavy.
American 007 Heavy, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right. Qantas 1000 Super, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, American 007 Heavy.
American 699, hold position.
John F. Kennedy ground, Delta 411 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Delta 411 Heavy, hold position.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Qantas 1000 Super. Holding position, Delta 411 Heavy.
John F. Kennedy ground, Delta 113, request taxi to gate B24 at the Terminal 4.
Delta 113, taxi to Terminal 4 Gate B32 via Bravo.
Taxiing to Terminal 4 Gate B32 via Bravo, Delta 113. John F. Kennedy ground, Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
John F. Kennedy ground, JetBlue 737 X-Ray, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
JetBlue 8802 Heavy, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right. JetBlue 737 X-Ray, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
John F. Kennedy ground, Alpha 6 taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, JetBlue 737 X-Ray.
Speedbird 155, taxi to Terminal 4 Gate B39 via Hotel, Alpha, Hotel, Bravo Bravo.
John F. Kennedy ground, Mistral 536 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy.
Taxiing to Terminal 4 Gate B39 via Hotel, Alpha, Hotel, Bravo Bravo, Speedbird 155. John F. Kennedy ground, Papa Sierra Alpha Lima Golf, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy, taxi to runway 22 right, contact tower when ready.
Taxi to runway 22 right, Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy. Holding position, United 3452.
Delta 453 Victor Alpha Heavy, cross runway 31 right.
John F. Kennedy ground, Nippon Cargo 427, ready to taxi to runway 22 right with information Alpha. Give way to aircraft, Delta 453 Victor Alpha Heavy.
Air China 982 Heavy, give way to aircraft on your right.
John F. Kennedy ground, Air France 018 Heavy, request taxi to parking.
Papa Sierra Alpha Lima Golf, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right. Mistral 536 Heavy, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, Mistral 536 Heavy.
Air France 018 Heavy, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
John F. Kennedy ground, Stinger 1, ready to taxi with information Alpha. Taxi to parking, Air France 018 Heavy.
Nippon Cargo 427, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, Nippon Cargo 427. John F. Kennedy ground, Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha, requesting runway 22 right. John F. Kennedy ground, Delta 411 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Alpha. Turkish 193 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 13 left. Air France 018 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 22 right. Turkish 193 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 13 left.
Delta 453 Victor Alpha Heavy, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1. Turkish 193 Heavy, cross runway 31 right.
Crossing runway 31 right, Turkish 193 Heavy.
Air France 018 Heavy, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1.
Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1, Delta 453 Victor Alpha Heavy.
United 3452, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1, Air France 018 Heavy.
Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
Mistral 536 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 13 left. Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy.
Mistral 536 Heavy, JetBlue 737 X-Ray, cross runway 31 right. SkyWest 150, pushback approved, tail to the west.
Crossing runway 31 right, JetBlue 737 X-Ray. Crossing runway 31 right, American 007 Heavy. Pushback approved, tail to the west, SkyWest 150.
United 1218, hold position. Holding position, United 1218.
John F. Kennedy ground, Delta 01 Mike Tango, request taxi to gate B37 at the Terminal 4.
Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy, request permission to cross runway 13 left.
Delta 01 Mike Tango, taxi to Terminal 4 gate B37 via Hotel, Alpha, Hotel, Bravo Bravo.
Taxiing to Terminal 4 gate B37 via Hotel, Alpha, Hotel, Bravo Bravo, Delta 01 Mike Tango.
Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy, cross runway 31 right. Endeavour 5080, give way to aircraft on your left.
Air China 982 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 13 left.
Crossing runway 31 right, Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy.
Give way to aircraft, Endeavour 5080.
Air China 982 Heavy, cross runway 31 right.
Crossing runway 31 right, Air China 982 Heavy. John F. Kennedy ground, Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right. Alaska 110, maintain safe distance with aircraft ahead please.
John F. Kennedy ground, UPS 944, ready to taxi to runway 22 right with information Alpha. Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy. John F. Kennedy ground, United 3452, ready to taxi to runway 22 right with information Alpha.
UPS 946, runway 22 right, taxi via Whiskey, Charlie, Echo, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 22 right via Whiskey, Charlie, Echo, UPS 944.
Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy, give way to aircraft on your right. Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy, please check the user guide from the home screen for help using ATC instructions.
John F. Kennedy ground, American 699, ready to taxi to runway 22 right with information Alpha. John F. Kennedy ground, Qantas 1000 Super, ready to taxi to runway 22 right with information Alpha. John F. Kennedy ground, SkyWest 150, ready to taxi with information Alpha. Give way to aircraft, Air China 982 Heavy. John F. Kennedy ground, Delta 8 Juliet Bravo, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
American 699, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, American 699.
Skywest 150, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, Skywest 150.
John F. Kennedy ground, United 1218, ready for pushback with information Alpha. Stinger 1, please do not cut in line. Qantas 1000 Super, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, Qantas 1000 Super.
United 1218, hold position. United 3452, hold position. Holding position, United 1218.
Nippon Cargo 427, request permission to cross runway 13 left. Holding position, United 3452. John F. Kennedy ground, Cayman 792, request taxi to gate 01 at the Terminal 1.
Nippon Cargo 427, cross runway 31 right.
You're welcome, Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy.
Crossing runway 31 right, Nippon Cargo 427.
Cayman 792, taxi to Terminal 1 gate 01 via Alpha.
Taxi into Terminal 1 gate 01 via Alpha, Cayman 792.
Delta 8 Juliet Bravo, hold position.
John F. Kennedy ground, Bombardier 1, ready for pushback with information Alpha. Holding position, Delta 8 Juliet Bravo.
Jetblue 8802 Heavy, give way to aircraft on your right. Endeavour 5080, continue taxi.
Give way to aircraft, JetBlue 8802 Heavy. Continue taxi, Endeavour 5080. John F. Kennedy ground, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy, give way to aircraft on your right. Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, pushback approved, tail to the north.
John F. Kennedy ground, Eagle Flight 1402, request taxi to gate 17 at the Terminal 5.
John F. Kennedy ground, Bombardier 1, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Give way to aircraft. Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy.
Bombardier 1, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, Bombardier 1.
Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy, maintain safe distance with aircraft ahead please. Eagle Flight 1402, taxi to Terminal 5 gate 17 via Kilo, Alpha, hold short of 13 right 31 left.
Taxiing to Terminal 5 gate 17 via Kilo, Alpha, will hold short of 13 right 31 left. Eagle Flight 1402.
Eagle Flight 1402, cross runway 31 right.
Crossing runway 31 right, Eagle Flight 1402.
John F. Kennedy ground, EVA 8963, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
EVA 8963, hold position.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta. I'm sorry, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta.
John F. Kennedy ground, Etihad 2, ready for pushback, requesting runway 22 right.
John F. Kennedy ground, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Endeavour 5080, hold position.
Holding position, Endeavour 5080.
Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy, continue taxi.
John F. Kennedy ground, Japan Air 026, ready for pushback.
You're welcome, Cathay 178 Echo Zulu Heavy.
Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta.
Etihad 2, hold position.
Holding position, Etihad 2.
Japan Air 026, hold position. Attention all aircraft, airport is busy, expect delay.
Holding position, Japan Air 026. John F. Kennedy ground, Qantas 3, request taxi to A03 at the cargo apron. John F. Kennedy ground, Qantas 3, request taxi to gate 06 at the Terminal 1.
Qantas 3, taxi to A cargo apron A03 via Juliet, Quebec.
Taxi into a cargo apron A03 via Juliet, Quebec, Quantic 3. John F. Kennedy Ground, November 8546 flight of 5. Request taxi to parking.
Endeavour 5080, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Endeavour 5080.
Air India 13 Alpha Heavy, continue taxi.
Quantic 3, disregard last message. John F. Kennedy Ground, United 3452, ready to taxi to runway 22 right with information Alpha.
Continue taxi. Air India 13 Alpha Heavy.
November 8546 flight of 5, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, November 8546 flight of 5. John F. Kennedy Ground, Quantic 3, request taxi to gate 05 at the terminal edge.
United 3452, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, United 3452.
Campus 3, taxi to terminal 8805 via Juliet, Alpha.
Taxiing to terminal 8805 via Juliet, Alpha, Quantic 3. Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy, request permission to cross runway 31 right.
Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy, cross runway 31 right.
John F. Kennedy Ground. Air China 11 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Approaching runway 13 left.
Air Transat 25 Papa Bravo Heavy, request permission to cross runway 31 left.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 945, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
John F. Kennedy Ground, JetBlue 737, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Holding position. Air China 11 Heavy.
Air Transat 25 Papa Bravo Heavy, cross runway 31 right.
Crossing runway 31 right, Air Transat 25 Papa Bravo Heavy.
Air Transat 25 Papa Bravo Heavy, correction, stand by.
John F. Kennedy Ground, American 4475, ready for pushback.
Air Transat 25 Papa Bravo Heavy, cross runway 31 left.
John F. Kennedy Ground. Golf Tango Oscar Mike Papa, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Crossing runway 31 left, Air Transat 25 Papa Bravo Heavy.
JetBlue 737, hold position. Holding position, JetBlue 737. American 4475, hold position. John F. Kennedy Ground, Anatolian 2A, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Holding position, American 4475.
Golf Tango Oscar Mike Papa, hold position.
Holding position. Golf Tango Oscar Mike Papa.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Air Transat 25 Papa.
Approaching runway 13 left. Holding position, Delta 945. Entered runway 13 left.
Taxiing to Terminal 1 Gate 08 via Kilo Echo, Alpha, Air Transat 25 Papa Bravo Heavy.
Bombardier 1, request permission to cross runway 13 left. Turkish 193 Heavy, request frequency change.
Bombardier 1, cross runway 31 right.
Crossing runway 31 right, Bombardier 1.
John F. Kennedy Ground, JetBlue 737, ready for pushback with information Alpha. Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy, hold position.
Holding position, Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy.
Turkish 193 Heavy, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1. JetBlue 737, hold position.
Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1, Turkish 193 Heavy.
Holding position, JetBlue 737.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Exec Jet 273 Charlie Alpha, request taxi to stand 15-5 at the H apron.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Air China 11 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha, requesting runway 22 right.
Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, request permission to cross runway 13 left.
John F. Kennedy Ground, JetBlue 737, ready for pushback with information Alpha. Air China 11 Heavy, hold position.
Holding position, Air China 11 Heavy.
JetBlue 737, avoid sending duplicate messages. Executive 273 Charlie Alpha, taxi to H apron stand 15-5 via Juliet, Quebec.
Taxiing to H apron stand 15-5 via Juliet, Quebec. Executive 273 Charlie Alpha.
Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, cross runway 31 right.
John F. Kennedy Ground, UPS 215 Quebec Romeo, ready for pushback with information Bravo. Crossing runway 31 right, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Etihad 2, ready for pushback, requesting runway 22 right.
UPS 215 Quebec Romeo, hold position.
Holding position, UPS 215 Quebec Romeo.
Etihad 2, hold position.
Holding position, Etihad 2. John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 2314, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Etihad 2, check ATIS frequency for airfield information.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Delta 498, request taxi to gate B36 at the Terminal 4.
Attention all aircraft, ATIS information Bravo is now current.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Speedbird 117 Heavy, request taxi to gate 16 at the Terminal 8.
Campus 1000 Super, give way to aircraft on your left.
John F. Kennedy Ground, American 1289, request taxi to gate B41 at the Terminal 4. Give way to aircraft, Qantas 1000 Super.
American 1289, taxi to Terminal 4 gate B41 via Juliet, Kilo, Alpha.
Taxiing to Terminal 4 gate B41 via Juliet, Kilo, Alpha, American 1289.
Delta 2316, hold position.
United 3452, request permission to cross runway 13 left. Delta 498, request permission to cross runway 31 left.
Speedbird 117 Heavy, taxi to Terminal 8 gate 16 via Hotel, Alpha.
Holding position, Delta 2314.
United 3452, cross runway 31 right.
American 699, request permission to cross runway 13 left.
Taxiing to Terminal 8 gate 16 via Hotel, Alpha, Speedbird 117 Heavy.
American 699, cross runway 31 right. John F. Kennedy Ground, JetBlue 737 X-ray, ready for pushback with information Bravo. Delta 498, taxi to Terminal 4 gate B36 via Juliet, Alpha, hold short of 13 right 31 left. JetBlue 737 X-ray, hold position.
American 699, request permission to cross runway 13 left.
American 699, cross runway 31 right.
Crossing runway 31 right, American 699. American 699, request permission to cross runway 13 left.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Etihad 2, ready for pushback with information Bravo.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Air India 156 India November, request taxi to gate B37 at the Terminal 4.
John F. Kennedy Ground, JetBlue 737 X-ray, ready for pushback with information Bravo.
Crossing runway 31 right, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta.
Air India 156 India November, taxi to Terminal 4 gate B37 via Alpha.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Speedbird 466 Super, ready for pushback with information Bravo.
Taxiing to Terminal 4 gate B37 via Alpha, Air India 156 India November.
Etihad 2, avoid sending duplicate messages. Speedbird 466 Super, hold position.
I'm sorry, Etihad 2. Holding position, Speedbird 466 Super.
Qantas 1000 Super, request permission to cross runway 13 left.
American 699, cross runway 31 right. John F. Kennedy Ground, JetBlue 737 X-ray, ready for pushback with information Bravo. Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy, please check the user guide from the home screen for help using ATP instructions.
Crossing runway 31 right, American 699.
Campus 1000 Super, cross runway 31 right.
Crossing runway 31 right, Qantas 1000 Super.
JetBlue 737 X-ray, hold position.
John F. Kennedy Ground, Japan Air 026, ready for pushback.
Japan Air 026, hold position.
Holding position, Japan Air 026.
American 699, give way to aircraft on your left. United 3452, give way to aircraft on your right.
John F. Kennedy Ground, November 8546 flight of 5, ready for pushback with information Bravo, requesting runway 22 right. Give way to aircraft, United 3452. Give way to aircraft. American 699.
November 8546 flight of 5, hold position. Delta 2314, pushback approved, tail to the north. Holding position, JetBlue 737 X-ray X-ray.
Pushback approved, tail to the north. Delta 2314.
Delta 8 Juliet Bravo, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved. Tail to the north. Delta 8 Juliet Bravo. John F. Kennedy ground. Oscar Kilo Alpha Victor Sierra Kilo Yankee. Ready for pushback with information Bravo.
Etihad 2, pushback approved, tail to the north.
John F. Kennedy ground. American 255. Ready for pushback with information Alpha. Requesting runway 22 right.
Delta 1001, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking. Dreamjet 790.
Oscar Kilo Alpha Victor Sierra Kilo Yankee, hold position. John F. Kennedy ground, continue taxi. Air China 982 Heavy, maintain safe distance with aircraft ahead please.
Holding position. Oscar Kilo Alpha Victor Sierra Kilo Yankee. Endeavour 5080. Request frequency change.
Japan Air 026, pushback approved, tail to the north. American 255, hold position.
Pushback approved. Tail to the north. Japan Air 026. Holding position. American 255.
American 4475, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved. Tail to the north. American 4475.
John F. Kennedy ground, JetBlue 737 X-ray X-ray, ready for pushback with information Bravo. Endeavour 5080, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1.
Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1. Endeavour 5080.
Air India 13 Alpha Heavy, request frequency change.
JetBlue 737 X-ray X-ray, hold position.
Thank you. Good day. Air India 156 India November.
John F. Kennedy ground, Delta 2314, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
John F. Kennedy ground. JetBlue 8802 Heavy. Ready for pushback with information Bravo. John F. Kennedy ground. Speedbird 15. Ready for pushback with information Bravo.
Speedbird 15, hold position.
Holding position. Speedbird 15. John F. Kennedy ground. Delta 945. Ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Air India 13 Alpha Heavy, contact John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1.
Contacting John F. Kennedy Tower on 119.1, Air India 13 Alpha Heavy. Thank you, good day, Air India 13 Alpha Heavy.
John F. Kennedy ground. JetBlue 8802 Heavy. Ready for pushback. Delta 498. Request permission to cross runway 31 left. John F. Kennedy ground. FedEx 016 Victor Golf. Ready for pushback with information Bravo.
Delta 8 Juliet Bravo, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
Taxiing to runway 22 right. Will hold short of 13 left 31 right. Delta 8 Juliet Bravo.
John F. Kennedy ground, JetBlue 737 X-ray X-ray, ready for pushback with information Bravo.
John F. Kennedy ground, Etihad 2, ready to taxi with information Bravo.
JetBlue 8802 Heavy, hold position.
Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, Delta 2314.
Delta 945, pushback approved, tail to the north.
John F. Kennedy ground, Delta 55 Kilo Juliet Heavy, ready for pushback with information Bravo, requesting runway 22 right.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, JetBlue 737 X-ray X-ray. Etihad 2, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
John F. Kennedy ground, Echo Charlie Oscar Foxtrot Zulu, ready for pushback with information Bravo.
Delta 55 Kilo Juliet Heavy, hold position.
Holding position, Delta 55 Kilo Juliet Heavy.
Echo Charlie Oscar Foxtrot Zulu, hold position.
Holding position, Echo Charlie Oscar Foxtrot Zulu.
Japan Air 026, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
Taxiing to runway 22 right. Will hold short of 13 left 31 right. Japan Air 026.
American 4475, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right. JetBlue 4812, taxi to Terminal 4 Gate B45 via Bravo, Hotel, Alpha, Hotel, Bravo Bravo. Delta 498, cross runway 31 left.
Taxiing to Terminal 4 Gate B45 via Bravo, Hotel, Alpha, Hotel, Bravo Bravo, JetBlue 4812.
Speedbird 15, hold position. American 255, hold position.
Holding position, American 255.
John F. Kennedy ground, Delta 55 Kilo Juliet Heavy, ready for pushback with information Bravo, requesting runway 22 right.
ADX 016 Victor Golf, hold position.
Thank you, good day, Speedbird 117 Heavy.
Delta 55 Kilo Juliet Heavy, avoid sending duplicate messages.
John F. Kennedy ground, Brickyard 4236, request taxi to gate A17 at the Terminal 4.
Brickyard 4236, taxi to Terminal 4 Gate A17 via Alpha, Hotel. Delta 8 Juliet Bravo, give way to aircraft on your right.
Give way to aircraft, Delta 8 Juliet Bravo.
Delta 945, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right.
Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right, Delta 945.
Echo Charlie Oscar Foxtrot Zulu, pushback approved, tail to the north. American 255, pushback approved, tail to the east. John F. Kennedy ground, JetBlue 737 X-ray X-ray, ready to taxi to runway 22 right with information Bravo. Speedbird 466 Super, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the east, American 255.
Pushback approved, tail to the north. Speedbird 466 Super.
JetBlue 737 X-ray X-ray, taxi to runway 22 right, hold short of 13 left 31 right. Taxiing to runway 22 right, will hold short of 13 left 31 right. JetBlue 737 X-ray X-ray.
John F. Kennedy ground, November 8546 flight of 5, ready for pushback with information Bravo, requesting runway 22 right.
Give way to aircraft, Etihad 2.
November 8546 flight of 5, hold position.
John F. Kennedy ground, November 334 Romeo Oscar, ready for pushback with information Bravo.
November 334 Romeo Oscar, hold position.
Holding position, November 334 Romeo Oscar. John F. Kennedy ground,
Southwest 1010 Super, hold position. American 4475, hold position.
holding position, Southwest 1010 Super.
American 4475, correction, stand by.
Holding position, American 4475. John F. Kennedy ground, American 2, request taxi to parking. John F. Kennedy Tower, American 007 Heavy, ready for departure at runway 22 right, departing west. American 007 Heavy, your number 2 for departure. John F. Kennedy Tower, Saudia 186 is 8 nautical miles to the northeast at 1,800 feet, inbound for landing. Endeavor 5080, frequency change approved, good day. Roger, American 007 Heavy. Saudia 186, wind 210 at 11, number 2, runway 22 left, clear to land. Frequency change approved Endeavor 5080, good day. UPF 944, wind 210 at 11, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff. American 2, request permission to cross runway 22 right. Approaching runway 22 right. American 2, cross runway 22 right, please expedite. Crossing runway 22 right, American 2. American 2, contact John F. Kennedy ground on 121.9er. Contacting John F. Kennedy ground on 121.9er, American 2. UPF 944, frequency change approved, good day. Air India 13 Alpha Heavy, frequency change. JetBlue 737 X-ray, line up and wait runway 22 right, JetBlue 737 X-ray. Approaching runway 22 right. Virgin 45 Whiskey Heavy, hold short of runway 22 right. John F. Kennedy Tower, Alpha 6. Entered runway 22 right. Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy, your number 2 for departure. Roger, Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy.
John F. Kennedy Tower, Category 705, inbound on the ILS runway 22 left.
Virgin 23 Tango Sierra, exit runway when able, hold short runway 22 right. Qatari 705, wind 210 at 11, number 2, runway. JetBlue 737 X-ray, wind 210 at 11, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff. Alpha 6 Hotel India, cleared for takeoff, runway 22 right, JetBlue 737 X-ray.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 22 left, Category 705.
Frequency change approved American 007 Heavy, good day. John F. Kennedy Tower, Delta 40 Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 22 left. John F. Kennedy Tower, Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy, ready for departure in sequence at runway 22 right, departing north. Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy, your number 4 for departure. Roger, Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy. Delta 40 Heavy, wind 210 at 11, number 2, runway 22 left, clear to land. November 859 Lima Juliet, request permission to cross runway 22 right. Saudia 186, exit runway when able, hold short runway 22 right. John F. Kennedy Tower, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, ready for departure at runway 22 right, departing straight out. Number 2, clear to land, runway 22 left, Delta 40 Heavy. Alpha 6 Hotel India Sierra Heavy, wind 210 at 11, runway 22 right, cleared for takeoff. Wilco, Saudia 186. JetBlue 737 X-ray, frequency change approved, good day. Frequency change approved JetBlue 737 X-ray, good day.
WestJet 1994, when able turn left, contact ground on the taxiway. Delta 97, frequency change approved, good day. Delta 97, thank you.
General Edward Tower, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta is 30 nautical miles to the southwest at 10,600 feet, inbound for landing.
Thank you, good day, Delta 97.
General Edward Tower, JetBlue 737 X-ray is 25 nautical miles to the southwest at 8,100 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 4 left.
JetBlue 737 X-ray, enter straight in runway 4 left.
Enter straight in runway 4 left, JetBlue 737 X-ray.
Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, enter straight in runway 4 right.
Enter straight in runway 4 right, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta.
JetBlue 737 X-ray, wind 120 at 5, number 1, runway 4 left, cleared to land.
Number 1, clear to land, runway 4 left, JetBlue 737 X-ray. Number 1, clear to land, runway 4 right, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta. General Edward Tower, JetBlue 717, ready for departure at runway 9, departing straight out.
JetBlue 717, wind 120 at 5, runway 9, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 9, JetBlue 717.
1,500.
JetBlue 717, thank you. JetBlue 717, frequency change approved, good day.
Frequency change approved JetBlue 717, good day.
Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, please check assigned runway.
General Edward Tower, November 115 India India, ready for departure at runway 9, departing west.
November 115 India India, wind 120 at 5, runway 9, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 9, November 115 India India.
One thousand. $500. $400. $300. $200. $100. $50. $30. $20. Retard. 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 Retard.
November 115 India India, request frequency change.
November 115 India India, frequency change approved, good day.
Thank you.
JetBlue 737 X-ray, when able turn left, contact ground.
Wilco, JetBlue 737 X-ray.
Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, when able turn left, cross runway 4 left and contact ground.
Wilco, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta.
Crossing runway 4 left, Delta 72 heavy.
General Edward ground, JetBlue 737 X-ray, request taxi to parking.
DHL 77 Alpha, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north.
JetBlue 737 X-ray, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, JetBlue 737 X-ray. General Edward ground, Norship 669 Super. Approaching runway 15 left. JetBlue 737 X-ray, request permission to cross runway 15 left.
Norship 669 Super, taxi to runway 9, hold short of 4 left 22 right. JetBlue 737 X-ray, cross runway 33 right.
Give way to aircraft, JetBlue 737 X-ray.
Charlie Foxtrot Victor Alpha Lima, taxi to runway 9, hold short of left INE 893. Taxiing to runway 9, will hold short of left INE 893, Charlie Foxtrot.
Approaching runway 15 left. General Edward ground, DHL 77 Alpha, ready to taxi with information Bravo.
General Edward ground, French B2.
Entered runway 15 left. Taxiing to runway 9, will hold short of left INE 1051, DHL 77 Alpha.
French B270 heavy, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, French B270 heavy.
November 123 Papa Delta heavy, cross runway 4 left.
Crossing runway 4 left, November 123 Papa Delta heavy.
JetBlue 737 X-ray, request permission to cross runway 15 right. Approaching runway 15 right. Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, request permission to cross runway 15 right.
JetBlue 737 X-ray, cross runway 33 left.
Crossing runway 33 left, JetBlue 737 X-ray.
Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, cross runway 33 left.
Cross, entered runway 15 right. DHL 77 Alpha, disregard last message.
General Edward ground, Etihad 8 heavy, ready to taxi to runway 15 right.
General Edward ground, DHL 77 Alpha, ready to taxi to runway 4 right with information Bravo.
Etihad 8 heavy, taxi to runway 9, hold short of 4 left 22 right.
United 570, request frequency change. Taxiing to runway 9, will hold short of 4 left 22 right, Etihad 8 heavy.
General Edward ground, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, request taxi to parking.
Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta, taxi to parking, at your discretion.
Taxi to parking, Delta Romeo Echo Alpha Delta.
United 570, contact General Edward Tower on 128.8.
General Edward ground, French B270 heavy, ready to taxi to runway 9 with information Bravo. Contacting General Edward Tower on 128.8, United 570.
DHL 77 Alpha, hold short of runway 4 left.
Hold short of runway 4 left, DHL 77 Alpha.
French B270 heavy, taxi to runway 9, hold short of left INE 1051.
Taxiing to runway 9, will hold short of left INE 1051, French B270 heavy.
I'm sorry, Charlie Foxtrot Victor Alpha Lima.
Etihad 8 heavy, request permission to cross runway 4 left.
Etihad 8 heavy, cross runway 4 left.
French B270 heavy, request permission to cross runway 4 left.
DHL-77 Alpha, request permission to cross runway 4 left.
Crossing runway 4 left, Etihad 8 heavy.
DHL-77 Alpha, cross runway 4 left.
Crossing runway 4 left, DHL-77 Alpha.
French B270 heavy, hold short of runway 4 left. Charlie Foxtrot Victor Alpha Lima, request permission to cross runway 15 right.
Hold short of runway 4 left, French B270 heavy.
General Edward Ground, November 997 Uniform Yankee, ready to taxi with information Bravo.
Charlie Foxtrot Victor Alpha Lima, taxi to
General Edward Ground, November 997 Uniform Yankee, ready to taxi to runway 22 left with information Bravo.
taxiing to runway 9, Charlie Foxtrot Victor Alpha Lima. November 997 Uniform Yankee, pushback approved.
Pushback approved, November 997 Uniform Yankee. Thank you, November 997 Uniform Yankee. DHL-77 Alpha, request frequency change.
DHL-77 Alpha, contact General Edward Tower on 128.8.
Contacting General Edward Tower on 128.8, DHL-77 Alpha.
French B270 Heavy, cross runway 4 left.
Crossing runway 4 left, French B270 Heavy.
Etihad 8 Heavy, give way to aircraft exiting runway 4 left.
General Edward Ground, November 997 Uniform Yankee, ready to taxi to runway 9 with information Bravo.
General Edward Ground, Iberia 3718, ready for pushback with information Bravo. Give way to aircraft exiting runway 4 left, Etihad 8 Heavy.
November 997 Uniform Yankee, taxi to runway 9, contact tower when ready.
Taxi to runway 9, November 997 Uniform Yankee.
Thank you, French B270 Heavy.
Iberia 3718, pushback approved, tail to the north.
Pushback approved, tail to the north, Iberia 37.
Thank you, good day, JetBlue 737 X-Ray. John F. Kennedy Airport, Addis Information Alpha, time 1858 Zulu, wind 180 at 11, visibility 21, temperature 27, dew point 18, altimeter 2994 remarks. No pattern work, no light aircraft accepted at this time, landing runway 22 left and 22 right, expect ILS approach, departing runway 22 right, contact approach on 134.35 when arriving from the north and east and south and west, advise on initial contact, you have information Alpha. Frequency change approved. American 007 Heavy, good day. Delta 40 Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 22 left. Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy, ready for departure in sequence at runway 22 right, departing north. Delta 40 Heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 22 left. Air China 825 Delta Sierra Heavy, ready for departure in sequence at runway 22 right, departing north. November 859 Lima Juliet, request permission to cross runway 22 right. November 115 India, request frequency change.
November 115 India, frequency change approved, good day.
November 115 India, request frequency change.
November 115 India, frequency change approved, good day.
Thank you, November 115 India.
JetBlue 737 X-ray, when able turn left, contact ground on the taxi.
Wilco, JetBlue 737 X-ray. November 115 India, request frequency change.